It was over 25 years ago when I found the martial art that never stops moving. I trained capoeira for over 20 years. I trained with a group and I trained by myself still to this day. There is a foundation of capoeira that you probably heard of. It's called the jinga, or maybe not if you've never heard of capoeira, but that's the complete movement. It never stops. It's a very tribal, cultural style of training a martial art. You get inside of this circle and you train against people who you don't know what they're going to do until you do something for them. So you don't know what type of reaction you're going to get until you give an action and then someone gives you a reaction. You have to constantly think about what someone else is going to do. This is the most effective way to learn the right way when it comes to the culture, the tradition, and the tribal versions of capoeira. You can train capoeira solo without training against a partner. As you can see, these movements pretty much utilize the reaction of someone else. Learning it on your own will benefit you to go train with other people, because eventually what happens is you learn enough to feel confident enough to get in a classroom and do what you need to do. You excel in body weight lifting and exercises. Once you understand how to move in capoeira, you become stylistic with yourself. That gives you a confidence in your posture, gives you confidence in your mobility. A lot of people have bad posture. They're not confident. So instead of lifting when you do a curl, instead of lifting with the confidence that it takes to do a curl, a lot of people will drop their shoulders, they'll dip their hips, and then next thing you know, they're curling their body forward, and they are maybe getting some type of workout in the arm, but there are parts of their body that are engaged that shouldn't be engaged, and that aren't engaged that should be engaged. But when you are perked up and you are confident, you have to lock in muscles to hold that position. This is your lower back. This is your core, from lower back to the front of your stomach. This is your chest. This is your buttocks. This is your legs, your thighs, down to your knees and your calf muscles. Everything is locked in. You need to hold that balance. And when you train capoeira, you can't even move correctly if you don't understand that. So that's why in the beginning, it's really good to understand how to do these movements. These movements will excel your weight training. You can do it simultaneously. Literally, as you learn, because if you're a beginner in weight training, if you're a beginner in exercise, the foundation is the most important part. Getting to understand the body movements, getting to understand how to position yourself, where to stabilize yourself, when to engage your core, which is all the time, when to engage certain muscles. When you utilize something like capoeira, you're basically enhancing your ability to do these things while you learn them. Because as you learn how to stabilize your body, as you learn how to move with core strength, as you learn how to balance yourself, so you start doing them in a pace that your body can understand. When you do squats now, it's not a big rush and leaning forward. Now it's like, oh, wait a minute, in order to do these right, I have to do this at a pace where I can keep my core engaged, I can keep my body in line. It is very important to do this. Capoeira is the answer.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to start with the jinga position with your leg back, all right? The same leg back. It's going to be the arm is going to protect your face. It's going to be like a guard. That is going to be the arm that's up. As you walk, your arm comes forward, and that leg goes back. It's the same as a jinga. It's just like walking, just exaggerated. So that arm up, in this case, is going to be the right arm. You're going to have a lot of bounce. You want bounce in the jinga stance because you want to be able to propel yourself from different stances. You're going to step forward. That's a lateral position with that wide base, just enough so you can have a really good solid base, and your arm switches when you get to the other side, and you switch and the other arm goes up and the other leg is back. This is a triangular motion. As you step forward, you step across parallel, you step back, and you step back to a point. You step across and then you step back, and you notice the arms are switching every time you step across. This is good for protection. It's also good for momentum, and it's good for balance. All these things work together. It's a step across, step back, arm switch. I'm a little low in my stance. This is preference for me because I like to utilize my muscles and I utilize my legs. It's a back and forth situation. It's a rocking back and forth. The back foot goes to a point. The step, the front forward, the front feet go to parallel positions, lateral across from each other. This is a constant. This is it right here. This is the jinga. This is the foundation of everything that starts and begins in capoeira. You want to bounce. This is an exaggerated but you bounce. There is give in your knees. You don't want to be stiff. You want to make sure there's a bounce. This is the esquiva. All right, so this is esquiva baixa. This is esquiva baixa. This is esquiva de frente. Okay, esquiva de frente. You don't want to fall over. You want to make sure in order to not fall over, you drop your hips, just like you would do in a lunge when you're lifting weights. You should drop your hips, and that keeps you balanced. Right, you step over and you do the same thing to the other side. You keep your balance by dropping your hips. You get low, your hand keeps you balanced on the floor while your other arm protects your face, and you turn your head to the side. So if you go down like this, you go down, boom, you see you turn your head to the side so you can keep your vision, and you can keep your elbow pointed forward to protect you from any type of attack. And you keep your arm, your free arm drops down to keep you balanced. But the balance is automatically happening because as you drop and as you step your foot slightly back further, your hips are going to keep you balanced. As you bend your knees, you keep your solid stance and your base. So all of this is working together to protect you and to keep your momentum. All right, so that's esquiva baixa, esquiva de frente. All right, so now we're going to do esquiva lateral. Esquiva lateral is from the jingle position, and then you step forward into the lateral position, and that's when you throw your body over to one side of your body, one side of the leg. One leg, your torso goes over each side of your leg. You choose the side. I guess it will be depending on whether or not something is being thrown at you or you're under attack. I like to jingle from this position and step up into a esquiva lateral and then switch over to swing my jingle onto the other side. This is how I keep myself protected. My arm keeps protecting me, and as I keep my torso and my core tight, I'm able to keep my balance and I'm able to utilize my momentum to carry me to the other side. This is exactly how you're supposed to do this. This is how you stay loaded, this is how you stay protected. Your legs will burn if you do this enough, and that's from years of knowing this for a fact. All right, so you make sure you drop. It's a squat position pretty much. You drop and you switch over. All right, this is a very agile squat position, but it's still a squat position. Go figure. Now we're going to do esquiva de trás, esquiva atrás, okay? Esquiva atrás is like getting away, right? Esquiva atrás, bam, you get away. This is way, and then you drop, okay? You bring your torso down, or your torso straight. There's no arching in the back. There's no hyperextension. It just drops, okay? You keep your hips low and you engage your core because you want to keep your balance. You want to engage that core. You want to keep that balance. You want to bend those knees. You want to keep that balance. You want to be able to get in and out of this position as quick as possible. Capoeira is a very intense and quick reactive type of sport, martial art. It is demanding of all of your attention, all of your muscles, all of your strength, all of your balance, all of your core. This is why it's so relevant in anything you do in life, specifically and especially to work out. This is a dynamic martial art, one of the most that I've ever experienced. I hope you're ready for it. Rewind this and try it again.
Such a good preparation activity for weight training and exercise, and it can be integrated. When you're at the cable machine and you have to hold yourself in a certain position, this is the jingle position where you have to hold yourself and you have to pull the cable. This is the jingle position. It's a walking stance. Just like in karate or taekwondo, they have a walking stance, they have a horse stance. These things exist in capoeira, but they're movements. They are within the regular movement of your body. You are reacting to things at a higher rate. Capoeira is a body movement genius activity. If you start now, by June, that's 6 months, I can guarantee you that you will see results. And you will be able to feel good about taking your clothes off. Taking some of your clothes off at the beach, depending on what kind of beach you go to. I don't know what you're doing in spare time, that's up to you. But you will be feeling good about yourself because you started and you took action. It's a lifestyle for me. And I want to make it a lifestyle for you. I want you all to be on the same page, man. We all get on the same page and we all understand how great we are. We all maximize our physical abilities, which will enhance our mental abilities. Not only enhance, but it will support a strong mental mind, which will support an activity-driven body. So we just keep feeding ourselves everything we need, our mind, our bodies, non-stop. Our full potential is right here in front of us. It doesn't matter when you get there. It matters that you get there. Start now, don't stop. Everything gets better the more you do to make it better. We're gonna be a well fit and we're gonna help each other. And that's all I'm saying. Let's do this, I'm out.